The Sea of Red has reached tidal wave proportions here in Calgary. Welcome inside this Pengrove Scotiabank Saddledome, to Game 6 of the 2020 Western Conference Quarterfinals and the Battle of Alberta. Mikko Koskinen in net for the Oilers, averaging 4.82 goals against. David Rittich averaging 4 goals against as well for the Calgary Flames. It's been a very high-scoring series, to say the least, as we get set for puck drop here in Game 6 from Calgary. Face-off won by the Oilers. Connor McDavid, and he gets it across now to Zach Kassian in here. Kassian coming in and gets it to McDavid at a slot and right off the post. Opening shot of the game, Connor McDavid rigs one off the iron. Oilers have it back now, and after that, Sayu gets this one. This one's tipped by McDavid, and then he lightly backhands it towards the goal. Picked up now by the Calgary Flames behind the net, and it's Sean Monahan fishing it loose to Johnny Gaudreau. Back to Sean Monahan for the Flames. Here is Rasmus Andersson, who had a good 2-point night there in game number 4. Gets it up for Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau for Monahan in the slot. Stopped by Koskinen. Mikko Koskinen. His first big save of the hockey game. Well, the Edmonton Oilers facing elimination for the first time in this series, making a couple lineup changes. Their top 6 has been excellent in this series, led by Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, who each have 5 points in 5 games, but had to make a little bit of a shake-up to the bottom 6. Get to that in a second as Rasmus Andersson puts it around the boards for Johnny Gaudreau, coming off his first Stanley Cup playoff hat trick, and now he's got the game's first penalty drawn. 3 goals and an assist, a 4-point night in Game 4 for Johnny Gaudreau. Leads the entire NHL in points with 9, but has just 1 assist on home ice in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He'll get a chance to go to work here, but it will be the second unit that starts with the Flames. The Flames working with the league's best power play here in the Stanley Cup playoffs, operating at 50% as Milan Lucic gets a shot here, and now a delayed penalty on its way to Calgary. Excuse me, this one's going to Edmonton. It will be a 5-on-3 for the Flames, as one of the newcomers for the Oilers, Jakob Nørgaard, will take a tripping call here on Mark Giordano. So 3 for 6 so far in this series is good enough for 50% and the best power play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And Calgary will now have a full 5-on-3 to work with here. Oilers win the faceoff, though a much important faceoff defensively for Edmonton, and they put the puck the length of the ice for Calgary to start out. Flames got their top unit out there. Backlund, Bennett, Lindholm's out there as well. Lucci and Giordano on the point, so kind of a mix of the two units here as Elias Lindholm has it at a point, fires, and a stop made there by Koskinen. In the corner, it's picked up now by Sam Bennett. He gets it to Lucci, and his shot is stopped up high by Koskinen. Flames trying as many shots as they can on Mikko Koskinen early on in Game 6 here, as they beat Koskinen with 8 shots in an 8-4 victory in Game 4. Michael Backlund up the left side, and Backlund comes in, streaking in with a shot, and it's covered up by Koskinen, and with just 22 seconds to go here on the 5-on-3, I imagine we're going to see the Flames' top unit. Well, there's a look at Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who has 7 points, tied with Oscar Klefbom and Andrei Athanasiou for the team lead in that category. Flames' top unit comes out here 22 seconds ago on the 5-on-3. Face-off won by Monahan. Back to Noah Hannafin. Across to Johnny Gaudreau, and it's stopped up high by Koskinen. Well, there is Johnny Gaudreau, as mentioned, leads the league and his team in points with 9 points. Had 4 of those points, though, in game number 5 in Edmonton. Like I said, all 8 of his 9 points have come on Edmonton ice. Just 1 point coming in game 3 here on home ice as the Oilers get this the length of the ice, and with just 10 seconds to go on the second penalty, the Flames will try one last rush here as Matthew Tkachuk has it. Drops it for Gaudreau in the slot, and his shot is stopped by Koskinen. Penalties now coming to an end here for Edmonton, so they kill off a full 5-on-3 almost, as the Calgary Flames can't capitalize on the game's first 2 power plays. Here is Connor McDavid at the top of the circle, but he's knocked down by Rasmus Andersson, who's got the puck now for Calgary. Andersson coming up the right side and has the puck behind the Calgary net. Gets it back to Johnny Gaudreau, who fires, and this one's stopped as it's blocked on its way to the goal. Now Monahan gets a shot. That one stopped by Koskinen. Here's Mike Green now. Noah Hannafin back to Sean Monahan, and across for Backlund, but Monahan that picks it back up, And Koskinen will hang on to that. He's seen enough. Well, we mentioned off the top, the Oilers making a few lineup changes as Gaetan Haas has come in for Jujhar Khaira on the 4th line, and Jakob Nørgaard coming in for Josh Archibald, as the bottom 6 has just not been effective for the Oilers at all in this series. All the scoring pretty much coming from their top 6. And as well as Chris Russell making his series debut, coming in for Matt Benning on the third pairing there. He'll play alongside Mike Green tonight. Give the Oilers a bit of a veteran pairing there. Now, pairing with the Calgary connection, of course. Mike Green, a Calgary native, and Chris Russell, a former Calgary Flame. As the Oilers come in with a shot here, Russell was actually on the Flames the last time Calgary made it past the first round, I should say, to the second round, which they have an opportunity to do tonight with a win. That back in 2015 when they beat the Vancouver Canucks, oddly enough, in 6 games here on home ice. Chris Russell and the Flames in 2015. Now it's Calgary looking to do the same here in 2020. Derek Ryan's knocked down and Flames pick up the puck. It's Travis Hamonic. Hamonic now for the Flames. It gets us up to Milan Lucic on the left side. Lucic 5 points in this series. They'll fire on that one, stopped by Mikko Koskinen. Well, as mentioned, the goaltending has not been sharp at all in this series. It's been over 4 games per game average for each goaltender, and David Rittich and Mikko Koskinen. But hey, it's the Battle of Alberta, so why not? There's a shot here from the point is blocked. The second one blocked as well by Toby Reeder. And Calgary, the highest scoring team in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Edmonton, 3rd highest scoring team. The only team in between them is the Carolina Hurricanes, who swept the Washington Capitals in 4 games and had an offensive explosion in that series against Washington, beating them for a 2nd straight year in the Stanley Cup playoffs in the opening round. There's Eric Gustafson for Calgary, and he'll try and fish this one up, but it's given away to Leon Draisaitl with a dangerous shot, kicked out by Rittich. Toby Reeder now up the right side, and he'll dump this in and around the boards. First onto it is the Oilers defense, pinned by Mark Jankowski, and kicked loose, and Calgary gets the puck. This is Mangiapane with a giveaway right to Adam Larsson. Larsson up the right side here as Adam Larsson plays it in the middle to Nugent Hopkins with a shot. Rebound for Draisaitl. That one stopped by Rittich. What a chance for Leon Draisaitl. Well, Draisaitl might have been the Oilers' best player in Game 5 up in Edmonton, and 5 points in 5 games coming into tonight for Leon Draisaitl. Face off 5 apiece here. It's won by Michael Backlund. Rasmus Anderson, a dangerous pass across to the Flames captain, Mark Giordano. Giordano in over the blue line, and Giordano up the left side. He waits and passes it in the slot, and that one deflected off Chris Russell to the goal. And Russell's got the puck now, but he draws a penalty here. Athanasiou now up the left side. Here's Andres Athanasiou. Cassian with a shot up high, and that one's stopped by Rittich. Oh, David Rittich with a huge save there on Zach Cassian as Matthew Tkachuk will take the first penalty of the game for Calgary. So the Oilers, who had the league's best power play in the regular season, have gone 0 for 6 in this series. Have yet to score, but they've got a new look power play now. They've stacked the top unit. The second unit starting though right now for the Oilers. There's Clefbaum. Tyler Ennis. Off the right side. Over to James Neal in the slot, and that one's blocked by Noah Hannafin. James Neal, just 1 point in the Stanley Cup playoffs through 5 games. To Milan Lucic's 5 points, for those keeping track of that trade. Here come the Oilers again, now over the line. Leon Draisaitl winds up and shoots, and that one whistles wide of the goal. Clefbaum will retreat behind his own goal and pick it up, and Edmonton will start out 30 seconds to go here on their first power play of the hockey game. And 7th of the series. Here's Neal with another shot, as James Neal's just firing from all angles against his former team here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Of course, Neal, part of the Flames team that was eliminated in 5 games last year, the Colorado Avalanche in the first round. He was actually benched for game number 5 after a poor defensive coverage in overtime in game 4. Here come the Flames now up the right side. Penalty now over. Sam Bennett will wind with a shot, and that one's kicked out by Koskinen. Leon Draisaitl has it pinned along the boards and kicked loose to Clefbaum across to Andres Athanasiou. Athanasiou up the right side. Athanasiou and Clefbaum with 7 points each in this series. Tied with Nugent Hopkins, as mentioned, for the team lead in that category. How about Adam Larsson, who had 5 points in the first 2 games, but has yet to record a point since game number 2. Face off one here by Edmonton neatly as Darnell Nurse goes across to Ethan Bear. Darnell Nurse with the shot, and that was blocked by Draisaitl, who has been out on the ice a lot so far in this first period for Edmonton. As Matthew Tkachuk is crunched along the boards there as we try to enter the Edmonton zone. Nugent Hopkins has it now for the Oilers, and this has probably been Edmonton's best line in this series. Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto, and Leon Draisaitl scores! From the point, Edmonton has opened the scoring in Game 6. Darnell Nurse with a laser that beats David Riddick. Well, we saw Edmonton doing a lot of shooting the last few games from about the Stanley Cup playoff logo. And that's exactly where Darnell Nurse fires his puck from. His second goal of the series, 5th point of the series. Despite being a -4 for Darnell Nurse. Ethan Bear and Ryan Nugent Hopkins picking up the assist for Edmonton, and that will give Nugent Hopkins 8 points so far through the first 6 games of this series. Dylan Dubé goes back to Giordano, and he winds a shot right into the glove of Mikko Koskinen. So Edmonton turning the script here a little bit here in Game 6, as usually it's Calgary jumping out to the early leads in this 2020 first round matchup, as Edmonton gets the first goal of the hockey game. Dylan Dubé with a really high shot there on Koskinen, and he turns it aside. Edmonton's got the puck now in the Calgary zone. It's Neal going across to Darnell Nurse, and Nurse will fire another shot. This one going wide though, and the bounce is picked up by David Riddick. Well, Darnell Nurse with 33 points in the regular season for Edmonton, 5 goals. There's 71 games for the Oilers. As Draisaitl attempts to put this back in, or excuse me, Chiasson tries to put this back in and has it bounce off the stanchion. The top lines come out there now for each team's. McDavid's line versus Monahan's line in the face-off circle, won by Connor McDavid. Got the puck now, Connor McDavid. Hit along the boards though by TJ Brodie, still gets loose. McDavid cuts to the net, Cassian shoots, stopped by Riddick. Elias Lindholm picks up the puck for Calgary. Lindholm now, up the right side, and he's hit hard by Darnell Nurse along the boards, who's having probably his best game of the series so far here in Game 6. Plays across now to Zach Cassian, and he fires a shot. Stick save there by David Riddick in the corner. Less than a minute to go now in the opening frame here of Game 6. Calgary with a 3-2 series lead on Edmonton. Connor McDavid now. This one poked away from Athanasiou, but he scores! Andres Athanasiou. 2-0 Edmonton. Well, defensive play here by the Oilers, a smart defensive play. Or excuse me, by Calgary, that does not work as TJ Brodie tries to tip this pass away from Andres Athanasiou, but ends up tipping it right to Athanasiou, who gets a better shot away than he initially had and fires that one past David Riddick, and it's a 2-0 lead just like that for Edmonton. Athanasiou from Connor McDavid and Ethan Bear, who's got his second assist of the game, and Athanasiou has his 3rd goal of the series as Calgary tries a shot here. Third goal of the series and 8th point for Andres Athanasiou, as top players for Edmonton continuing to get it done here in this series. Face-off won by Edmonton, which is 6 seconds ago, as Tyler Ennis has it up the left side, and Ennis will put on the brakes here before trying a shot, and Anderson blocks that. And that will do it for the first 20 minutes. Edmonton strikes twice, Darnell Nurse, and then Andres Athanasiou, and the Oilers jump out to a 2-0 lead here in Game 6, facing elimination against Calgary. Well, back in Calgary here for Game 6, period number 2 from the Sea of Red in Calgary. Not much to cheer about, though, for the Sea of Red in the first period, as the Oilers scored both goals to jump up to a very important 2-0 lead as they face elimination. Calgary, as mentioned, for the first time since 2015, looking to advance to the second round. And ironically, they did it in 6 against Vancouver on home ice. Have a chance to do that against their other arch rivals here from Edmonton. But the Oilers, obviously, with different ideas, trying to force a 7th game up in Edmonton. There's Connor McDavid now for the Oilers. McDavid hit the post in the opening seconds of the first period, and he hits it again there. McDavid still with the puck as Adam Larsson has it at the point now, and Oscar Klefbom down low for Zach Cassian, knocked up the puck and stolen by Calgary. Elias Lindholm, he's got Gaudreau streaking to the net. Johnny Gaudreau coming off a 4-point night in his first career playoff hat-trick in Game 5. But as mentioned, just 1 point on home ice here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Zach Cassian now across to McDavid in the middle of the ice and over to Adam Larsson. Down low and behind the net is Adam Larsson. Goes back to Klefbom at the point, and a shot there is turned aside by Riddick, who comes up to the top of the blue paint. Larsson, though, keeping the puck alive for Edmonton. Yamamoto for McDavid, and that one, I believe David Riddick got a piece of as Johnny Gaudreau tries to get this puck loose. For Sean Monahan behind the goal, and Monahan will skate this out for Calgary across for Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau now fires, and this one stopped by Koskinen. And Calgary's top players have been excellent in this series, but like I said, the majority of the production has been coming on Edmonton ice. 9 points for Johnny Gaudreau and 8 points for Elias Lindholm. 3 goals and 5 assists for Lindholm, and 5 points in 5 games for Sean Monahan. So the top line has been definitely getting it done as Tkachuk tries a shot here, Nugent Hopkins now for the Oilers, and stolen back right away by Hanifin, who turns it around. Noah Hanifin up for Sam Bennett on the second line. Bennett across for Hanifin, and now TJ Brody walks in with a shot, and that was blocked. Matthew Tkachuk's got the loose puck now. Back for Sam Bennett, and this one shot and turned aside by Koskinen. Back in with the puck now and centers it. TJ Brody. Brody waits and play it back to Sam Bennett covering the point. He shoots, and this one stopped by Koskinen to deflect it to the corner. Nugent Hopkins steals it for Edmonton. He's got the puck now on the right side as he drops it back for Kyle Yamamoto, who fires a shot just wide. This one coming all the way off the boards and right to Derek Ryan, who just came off the bench. Ryan now across the middle of the ice for Milan Lucic. Lucic on his backhand, so he'll go behind the goal, and Lucic gets it loose for Derek Ryan across for Noah Hanifin, who turns and shoots up high. Koskinen making the save there with the arm as Matthew Tkachuk waits on the doorstep. Good chance there for Noah Hanifin. 3 points in this series for Noah Hanifin. 1 goal, 2 assists. He's got the puck again off the face-off. Gets it back for TJ Brody in his shot, deflecting on the way to the goal. Edmonton picking up the puck now, and Alex Chiasson, the former Flame, crushed by TJ Brody along the boards, and that allows Brody to get the puck out. Brody up the left side and try a toe drag here on Ethan Bear, and Mikko Koskinen making the save there on TJ Brody. Good hit there by TJ Brody on Alex Chiasson to turn the play around and get an offensive face-off here. The Flames send out their 4th line against the Oilers' 4th line of Tyler Ennis, Riley Sheahan, and Yoki Nygaard. Face-off one day. Calgary, they got it now. Andrew Mangiapane gets it to Toby Reeder in the slot. Reeder back for Hamnick with a shot that was stopped. Jankowski on the rebound and also stopped and hung on to by Mikko Koskinen as Jankowski tries a shot. 4th lines will stay out there now and continue to get some ice time here in period number 2 of Game 6. Riley Sheahan winning the face-off and gets it across to Yoki Nygaard, who's got the puck now, and he'll just dump this one in for Edmonton. First onto it is Eric Gustafsson for Calgary. 60 points last year at the Chicago Blackhawks. Came over at the trade deadline for the Flames. Mark Jankowski now back to the point for Gustafsson. In the slot for Tobias Reeder, and his shot up high on his former teammate Mikko Koskinen, who's equal to the task. And Toby Reeder yet to record a point in this Stanley Cup playoffs against his former team. Top line's out there now for both teams as Gustafsson has it across for Lindholm, as Gustafsson tries a shot, and that one's stopped by Koskinen, who's not giving up a lot of rebounds tonight here in Calgary. Like I said, the Flames put up 8 goals on Mikko Koskinen in there in Game 5. It's been a really high-scoring series, so both goalies wisely stopping and hanging on to as many pucks as possible. Here come the Oilers now. Athanasiou sends this across for Adam Larsson with a shot, and that one going wide. Picked up now by Klefbom and gets it down low for Zach Kassian for the Oilers. Kassian back for Klefbom. Klefbom has it now again and play it back to Connor McDavid. McDavid over to Adam Larsson, and the shot going wide. Picked up by McDavid again, and Athanasiou in the slot. Shot doesn't get through. Johnny Gaudreau's got it now for Calgary. Gaudreau cross for Monahan. Monahan up the right side and drops it back for Hamnick. Travis Hamnick dropping it back to the point where Elias Lindholm is covering for Hamnick, and he sends it around the boards. But first there is Adam Larsson, pinned by Johnny Gaudreau. Flames working there, 2-on-1. Monahan gets it. Cross for Giordano, and Giordano knocked off the puck as he was trying to walk the blue line, and it's picked up by big Zach Kassian. Gets it across for McDavid with a shot up high, and down low, and David Riddick shutting the pads. Matthew Tkachuk now sending it across for Sean Monahan, still out there. Monahan in the slot for Giordano, and a kick save there by Mikko Koskinen. Koskinen's been sharp tonight for Edmonton. Here come the Oilers go in the offensive zone, getting it in the slot. Athanasiou turns and shoots, and another shot stopped by Riddick. Backlund's got it now for Calgary, and crossing Matthew Tkachuk back to Michael Backlund in the slot. His shot blocked on the way to its goal. Blocked on the way to the goal, excuse me, as the Oilers pick it up here. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the second period of Game 6. Leon Draisaitl shoots and scores. Leon Draisaitl. A huge goal for Edmonton. 3-0 Oilers. And he's got his 3rd goal of the series. And he rips one just off the post and in. And that one definitely sucking the life out of the Sea of Red here in Calgary. I mentioned he's probably the best player there in Game 5 for Edmonton, and has a huge goal here in Game number 6. Calgary finds themselves down by 3. Oilers have the puck now, and it's Yamamoto. Tyler Yamamoto sends this across for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and David Riddick will hang on to make the save there as he holds that up high. Good play here by Gustafsson on, Hanifin on Yamamoto for Calgary. Face off one there by the Flames, and Brody's got it now for Derek Ryan and Milan Lucic. Lucic sends it across for Ryan in the slot. That one's squeaking through, but off the post. What a chance for Derek Ryan. As that puck beat Mikko Koskinen, but looked to trickle right off the post. And see if we can get another look at this shot here by Ryan. And we're not going to get a look here, but Derek Ryan almost pulling the Flames within 2. Mangiapane now seals off the face-off. Andrew Mangiapane sending this across for Brody with a shot, and that one's blocked by Darnell Nurse. Jankowski now down low for Toby Reeder, and Reeder gets it for Hanifin with a shot, and Koskinen just going down low to make that save. Jankowski steals it off the boards, trying to keep the pressure alive for Calgary. Hanifin to the slot, fires a shot just wide. Picked up by Chiasson off the boards. And Alex Chiasson will just dump this in behind the Calgary goal, up through it by 3. Hanifin gets this for Andrew Mangiapane, and Mangiapane back for Hanifin. Jankowski now tries to send this across for Toby Reeder, but it's intercepted by Klefbom, and the Oilers start out. Here comes Tyler Ennis, one-on-one with a shot up high, and Riddick makes a save, makes a couple saves there as Yoki Nygaard has it now in the slot. Nygaard back for Adam Larsson, and a shot blocked there on its way to the goal as Calgary's got the puck. Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk up the left side. Tkachuk puts on the brakes, turns, gets it in the slot for Rasmus Andersson, and a shot stopped by Mikko Koskinen. Well, the Flames down 3-0, but you'll remember back in 2015 against Vancouver in Game 6, they also found themselves down 3-0 in that game, managed to come back and win that game and eliminate the Canucks with a huge series clinching goal with just 4 minutes to go in the hockey game by Matt Stajan. Obviously a lot more time left in that game than there is in this one, but still an entire period to go here in Game 6 as David Riddick hangs on to a shot. So Vancouver is up by 3, if I'm not mistaken, after the first period, and Calgary was able to come back in the final 2 periods and win that game by a score of 7-4, but just 1 period to go here in Game 6 with the Oilers up 3-0. Calgary will look to come back here. Sean Monahan trying to start the comeback for Calgary. Monahan putting on the brakes and sends it for Lindholm in the slot, poked off his stick, and goes right to Anderson. Gets for Elias Lindholm, and Lindholm fire a shot there in the dying seconds, and Koskinen will elect to hang on and not take any chances with 2.2 seconds to go here in the second period. Face off to the right now of Mikko Koskinen, and won by Leon Draisaitl. Back for Adam Larsson, and that will kill the clock here in the dying seconds of period 2. Edmonton has a demanding 3-0 lead after 40 minutes of play here in game number 6. Facing elimination tonight, the Oilers are 20 minutes away from forcing a 7th game in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs. Back in Calgary here for period number 3 in Game 6. The Flames with 35 shots on goal to Edmonton's 20. But it's the Oilers with a 3-0 lead here in a massive game here facing elimination tonight. Johnny Gaudreau with the puck for Calgary, trying to start a comeback with 20 minutes to go as Monahan gets a shot up high. Stopped by Koskinen. Athanasiou has along the boards and kicks it loose to Klefbom, and Oscar Klefbom gets his back up for Andres Athanasiou. And they'll rim this around the boards. Flames pick it up. It's their captain Giordano knocked down, and Athanasiou gets it for Klefbom at the point. Klefbom down low for McDavid. McDavid with an assist tonight and 2 posts. 1 in the first, 1 in the second period for Connor McDavid. Oilers keeping the pressure live deep behind the Calgary goals. Kassian gets a backhander away, and Riddick turns that aside. Lindholm up the right side, and Elias Lindholm drops it back for Michael Backlund off the bench, and his shot is stopped by Koskinen. Draisaitl has it now for the Oilers. Leon Draisaitl sending it across for Yamamoto, but good read there by TJ Brody on Tyler Yamamoto. Got it along the boards again and knocked down. Again is Yamamoto, but Draisaitl picks it up in support. Here's Leon Draisaitl behind the Calgary goal, centering it now for Oscar Klefbom with a shot. That one goes wide as Yamamoto's got it, and back to Klefbom, intercepted by Anderson, and then Draisaitl gets a shot away, stopped by Riddick. Draisaitl stealing the puck back, and the Oilers just working this deep in the first few minutes of this period in the Calgary zone. Killing the clock here with a 3-0 lead. And we're going to see the Oilers playing a lot deep in the Calgary zone if they can, getting pucks deep and trying to kill as much time as they can here. Michael Backlund now for the Flames. Backlund sending it across for TJ Brody. Over to Matthew Tkachuk. Back to TJ Brody. Can't get the puck through though as James Neal steals it back for Edmonton. And Neal will put this off the stanchion. Well, in 2015, it was the Vancouver Canucks jumping out to a 3-0 lead on Calgary before Michael Ferland would score. But that all came in the first period. Calgary was able to come back, tie that game up, and eventually win 7-4. Both Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau each had 3-point nights, each of them scoring in that game as well. 2 goals as well by their other line mate, Jiri Hudler, in that game. The Flames look to kind of replicate that a little bit here with less than a period to go and still down by 3. Dylan Dubé will dump this one in for Calgary. And Darnell Nurse first on the puck, but he's hit off the puck there by Milan Lucic, throwing his weight around in the corner. Now, Derek Ryan has his man pinned along the boards. It's Ethan Bear, and Oilers kick this around, and it's picked up by Hamnick and across to Eric Gustafsson, but knocked down by Athanasiou, who came from behind him and stole the puck. Andres Athanasiou now. He'll fire a shot, and Riddick will hang on to this puck. Well, both goalies have actually been pretty sharp tonight, considering how high of a scoring affair this game has been. And there's a look at the Athanasiou steal as he came right off the bench and caught Eric Gustafsson by surprise from behind. Calgary working on 12 minutes, 22 seconds left on the clock. Chris Russell, cross from Mike Green, and both of them knocked down, but Connor McDavid's got the puck in the slot, and a shot by Cassian stopped. Flames along the boards and deep in their own zone still as Travis Hammack looks to get it out and gets it up to Toby Reed, the former Oiler. He'll dump this one in behind the Edmonton goal and picked up by Mike Green. Green trying to take this puck loose, and Reeder's got it, and a backhander stopped there by Koskinen. Connor McDavid for the Oilers. Sends this across for Athanasiou, and Athanasiou has a goal tonight. His third of the series. Chris Russell across for McDavid, and a big rebound for Cassian, but he couldn't get the puck across in time. David Rigg jumps on the loose puck, and Chris Russell trying a shot there. And it was Matthew Tkachuk catching the former Flame up high there to hit along the boards, but Oilers still keeping it deep in Calgary's zone for an offensive faceoff. There's Mark Giordano now up for Johnny Gaudreau, and you'll have to wonder if you'll see a lot of the Flames' top players now with 10 minutes to go in this period. And down by 3. Edmonton with the puck now, and this one is Rasmus Andersson for Calgary, getting it up for Elias Lindholm on the right side. And Lindholm trying to pull this one through the legs of Klefbom, but Klefbom reads that nicely and takes the puck back for Edmonton. Bounced off the boards here to Tyler Ennis. He has a bit of a step on Anderson as he gets a shot away, and Riddick just plays the angle well. Bounced off the boards and right across for Draisaitl off the side of the net, and Draisaitl couldn't bank it in. Draisaitl now still with it and sends it across for Kyler Yamamoto, and Klefbom at the point. Back for Yamamoto, and now Mike Green. There's one dumped deep here by Edmonton, and they've just done an excellent job in this third period keeping it in the Calgary zone. Have not really given the Flames many opportunities at all this period to gain any sort of life, as Kyler Yamamoto tries a shot there. Tkachuk taking it loose to Johnny Gaudreau, who is now up there with Matthew Tkachuk for a shift, as Johnny Gaudreau come in and shoot up high and try to get his own rebound as Backlund was at the goal, and Edmonton's got the puck now. Big hit there by Rasmus Andersson on Gaetan Haas, as Gaetan Haas has it behind the goal. Sends it for in front, but it's picked up by Brody, and now Sam Bennett for Calgary. Here's Bennett trying to get some life here for Calgary. Less than 6 minutes ago now for the Flames. Down by 3. Brody cuts to the net with a shot, and that one's stopped by Koskinen. Mikko Koskinen just continues to be excellent tonight. There's another look here at the defensive play by Rasmus Andersson here on Gaetan Haas. He's actually had a pretty good game tonight, Rasmus Andersson has. Face-off now won by Derek Ryan for the Flames, and gets it over to Hannafin. Cross for TJ Brody, and a shot up high, and a blocker save there by Koskinen. Brody again, and get this down low for Dylan Dubé, who cuts in front of the net and tries a backhander, and Koskinen once again making the stop. Here's Gaetan Haas sending it in the slot, but picked off by Dylan Dubé for the Flames. Milan Lucic over to Derek Ryan. In the slot, Ryan shoots, and a big rebound that is immediately picked up by Adam Larsson for Edmonton. 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Edmonton trying to force a 7th game here in the first round of the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs and the Battle of Alberta. Here's Milan Lucic dropping it for TJ Brody, and he'll bank this off the boards, and Tobias Reeder has it, and there's Derek Ryan hitting the post with a good opportunity. Toby Reeder has it again now for the Oilers. Over to Derek Ryan, and that one doesn't get through as Zach Cassian's got the puck now for Edmonton. 2 minutes 45 seconds to go now. Connor McDavid down low. Cross for Derek Ryan, and Ryan will send this one across for Toby Reeder, who banks this one off the glass and deep into Edmonton territory. Gambert now. A delayed penalty on the way here is exactly 2 minutes and 1 second to go. The Oilers will pretty much be on the power play for the remainder of this hockey game. They're going to call Tobias Reeder there for tripping along the board, so see a red not liking that call with 2 minutes to go, and the Oilers on their second power play of the night. Athanasiou steals for the Oilers, and James Neal gets a backhander away, and Connor McDavid as the Oilers just try to steer this one home. Athanasiou gets another shot, and Riddick makes that save. 91 seconds to go, and the Edmonton Oilers will force a 7th game up in Edmonton with home ice advantage. And 29 years ago, it went to 7 games. The last time these two teams met in the Stanley Cup playoffs in round 1 was in 1991. And we saw 7 games. We are just about a minute away from seeing a 7th game in this series as well. Here come the Oilers. Leon Draisaitl puts in the slot, but it's picked off by Mark Jankowski shorthanded, and he gets this one up for Dylan Dubé, or excuse me, Elias Lindholm. Lindholm will try a shot, and that one's gloved away from Koskinen, trying to get that shutout bid here for Edmonton. In the slot now, Neal has it, and Riddick will make the save there as he'll hang on to the puck. 39.3 seconds to go, and this one all but done here in Game 6. If that is the last save for Mikko Koskinen of this game, it was a huge one. And the Oilers netminder probably putting on his best performance of the series, and this is probably Edmonton's best overall game of the entire series. Definitely their best. And here's a goal for Calgary. We may have spoke too soon as Sam Bennett gets a shorthanded goal. With just about 30 seconds to go in this hockey game, sneaking one under the arm of Mikko Koskinen, and we're going to be hearing it from the Oiler fans after this one. Might have said the S word a little too soon. Sam Bennett cutting over to the left side and is able to sneak this one top blocker on Mikko Koskinen, and that will end the shutout bid for the Oilers netminder, who's still been terrific tonight in this hockey game. Shorthanded goal, first of the series for either team by Sam Bennett, and the Flames will now pull Riddick with just 23 seconds to go here and down by 2. Flames with the extra attacker out there and centering it for Derek Ryan, but intercepted by Mike Green, and he's got an empty net to shoot at. Here comes Green over the blue line, and he'll fire it into the empty goal, and that will do it. 12 seconds to go, and Edmonton takes a 4-1 lead here in Game 6. And the Calgary AF has his first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, the way this series is going, right from the opening face-off of Game 1, you just knew that this was going to be a good series. And how deserving is this? We are going to get a 7th game in this best-of-7 series between these two hated rivals and the classic Battle of Alberta. Kachuk will try one last shot here for Calgary, and Koskinen will hang on 2.1 seconds to go. It'll be do or die for both teams in Game 7. There's really no better thing in all of sports than a 7th game of a playoff series, and that's exactly what we're going to get as the Edmonton Oilers steal a 4-1 win, facing elimination here in Game 6, and have forced a 7th game. We are going back up the QE2, back to Rogers Place, where this series will be concluded. Leon Draisaitl and the Edmonton Oilers, with maybe their best all-around performance tonight here in Calgary. Sam Bennett gets a late one for the Flames, but it's Edmonton winning this one by a score of 4-1. Up next in the Battle of Alberta and the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 7.